special teams aren't that serious or anything like that, and that's when he got to get on you a little bit.
What's been the feel of camp just through 3 full practices?
Camp has been amazing thus far. Seeing how everybody can, in such a short time, we just had guys come in this summer even, and it seems like we've been practicing together since the spring, and it's just good to see how everybody can gel together so close. And honestly, last year I wasn't as close as I was to any offensive guys, as many I would say at least, as I am this year. Everybody, the team camaraderie is just great, and the effort level has been out of the world.
How some of those newer leaders emerged? I mean, last year there were some clear leaders on defense. How have you seen Hugh, Miles, Garrett, guys kind of taking some leadership? Have you seen them emerge?
Those guys have been doing a great job. Those are older, veteran guys. They have their playing experience on the field, and they know what it takes to win games. They know what it takes to, get the job done on the defensive side of the ball. So they've been doing a fantastic job, especially with we just had a lot of new guys come in the spring and even the summer. So just making sure everybody is on the same page. They've been doing a really good job with that.
Cam was loud. I mean, he would admit. I think Cam would admit he was loud. How have Hugh and Miles probably aren't quite as loud, or maybe they are. Like, how is their leadership style a little different than maybe what Cam brought to?
I feel like everybody has their own unique leadership type style, I'll say. So those guys, they got their own way of doing stuff. They're not Cam. Cam isn't Q. Cam isn't Miles. So, obviously it's going to be a difference between them, but they're still making sure that the same message gets across, that we have to be working hard every day and nobody's spot is secure at any given moment.
Marques, what has this offseason, since the spring ended, been like for you in terms of your progression into where you want to be? It seems like since you got here that it's been a pretty steady rise. But from your perspective, these last 2 or 3 months since we saw you on the field, what's it been like for you?
For me, I've just been running, trying to get in the best shape I can possibly get in for this season, because, I'm trying to prepare myself to play as many snaps as the team needs me to play. And without being able to be in shape, you can't do anything. The first thing is getting your mind right. The next thing is getting your body right. So I've just been trying to focus on, first, making sure I stay in the playbook, tighten up on everything, know all the adjustments for the field and everything, and then secondly, making sure I take care of my body the right way and, keep myself in shape.
Do you continue to take the majority of your reps at safety?
Yes.
Yeah. What has allowed that? Because I think, at least the perception was when you first got here that you were more on a track to be a corner, but that hasn't been the case the last several months.
Coach Fish had his vision.
Yeah.
He felt like I could benefit more at playing safety. My different athletic attributes and stuff like that and my aggression would benefit me more playing safety than corner. And, I told Coach Fish I don't care where he puts me on the field.
Okay.
So
he didn't have to sell you on that vision?
Nah,
you were on board from the minute
he said, Marques, go to safety. I said, okay, Coach.
When was that? Was there ever?
It was towards the end of last season, around the time Deontay got hurt. And we went pretty low on numbers at safety position, so he just moved me back there.
So how do you feel like your strengths fit well at safety?
I feel like I've been trying to make sure that everything I do is a strength for playing safety thus far. So, seeing the progress of the quarterback, if he's handing the ball off or getting back into his pass drop, making sure I can see stuff before anybody else on the field so I can be in my spot. I say my aggression and me not really, I don't care how big anybody is. I'll just go head first into it. So I don't know. It's been a great experience playing safety, and I'm looking forward to it this season.
Fish has obviously got Miles Farmer at that spot. You got Singleton, who's come in at that spot. Are the three of you kind of at the top as far as you see it with the way the rotation could set up?
I don't really it's hard to tell right now. We don't really have any 1s, 2s, 3s or anything right now. Coach Fish wants us to all be able to, play with each other. So any given day, I can be in with any other safety we got, even if it's a young guy. So it's not really any like 1s, 2s, 3s or anything right now.
Can you slide and play any nickel at all, like up as like a fifth DB? Are you able to come up and play?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you done that yet or not?
I mean, obviously sometimes in some of our calls, the safety has to roll down and it's basically playing the other side of the field at that nickel position. So I feel like all the back end spots pretty much work hand in hand with each other.
Hey Marques, what's the dynamic with, and maybe you were asked this, but with the transfers, so many guys, especially in that secondary, what's sort of the priority in getting them onboarded and caught up to where you get them started?
Honestly, I feel like those guys are there now. Like, especially the guys that have been here during the spring, since the spring, and went through spring ball and all that. I feel like they've definitely been able to meet the expectations that Coach Fish wanted them to, and they've been working really hard to make sure they understand the playbook, make sure they understand Coach Fish's expectations, even Coach Chan's expectations. So it's been fun with those guys, especially when you get to see new faces, and then it's just like you bond with somebody. It feels like you've known them your whole life, but it's only been 2-3 months with those guys, so it's crazy to see it.
And you did it a couple of years ago yourself, getting acclimated to college. How hard is that to kind of get to where they are as maybe as quickly as they have?
It depends on your work ethic. If you come in and you keep your head down and stay in the playbook, it could take you a few weeks to learn the playbook. If you come in, mess around, try to have fun, it's cool to have fun, don't get me wrong, but don't keep the main thing. It probably would take you a year or two to learn the playbook. So it's really based on like your mentality and how much you want to understand the playbook at the end of the day.
Anyone impressed you, especially in that regard? Maybe everyone, but
I don't know. It's hard for me to pick one guy, especially I would.
What do you think of this camp schedule with only 3 days in a row and a day off all the way to Dublin?
I think that's the best, most strategic idea by anybody in the country. We go hard for 3 days. We know we only got to go hard for 3 days. So everybody's just getting to it hard right now. And then we know tomorrow we got an off day. So
that third day today, like everyone's like, hey, this is, the practice has that feel like, hey, this has got to be a good day.
Yep, got to be a good day. We can't leave on a bad note. Everybody has, if you're not showing effort the day before an off day, then there's no meaning for you being on our team right now. We're trying to win, and we need everybody's effort to be at 100%, not half the team, not 75% of the team. We need 100% of the guys to be on board with everything we got going on right now.
So it's a full off day, or will you guys still come in and do things?
No, we still got meetings and everything in the morning. We just don't have practice or anything, and then once we're done with meetings in the morning, we pretty much got the rest of our day to ourselves to, chill, relax, do whatever we feel like we need to do to get our bodies right for the next day.
So mentally, there's some pretty good strategy there too, not just the physical stuff.
Yeah, definitely way better mentally.
Hey, random one, on one of your teammates, Garrett Nelson, he spoke in Indy about kind of taking that next step as a player. What have you seen from him this offseason, and how much of a leader is he for the Blackfeet?
I'm sure y'all just seen my face when you brought up Garrett. Garrett's no favoritism, but Garrett's probably one of my favorite guys on this team. Just the way, some guys, they try to tell everybody what to do. They try to, be that leader, but they don't always show up all the time themselves. I don't got to worry about that with Garrett. I know every day, no matter what's going on in the world, what's going on with him, he's going to be on that field and he's going to have everybody's back, and he's going to make sure that everybody's doing their right job. So he's been doing a great job since I've gotten here, I'll say, especially at stepping up into that leadership role more this season. I feel like it was meant to be with him, really.
Is there Garrett Nelson?